Your hand reaches for your wallet, 3 seconds pass. In those 3 seconds, millionaires run a courtroom trial that most people never knew existed. Every purchase you make faces a jury, but you've been operating without knowing the law. The wealthy don't just buy differently, they judge differently. Every dollar sits in the defendant's chair, and the verdict determines whether you build or destroy wealth. Ancient wisdom understood this. Your spending reveals your character more than your income ever could. By the end, you'll know the exact courtroom process that turns spending into a character test. And you'll meet someone who discovered this trial was happening without him, until one purchase forced him to become both judge and jury. Most people think spending is simple: see something, want it, buy it, done. But watch someone who's built real wealth. They pause, not because they can't afford it. They pause because a courtroom opened in their mind. Here's what's happening in those 3 seconds. The purchase enters as the defendant. Prosecution presents the case against it. Defense argues for it. Evidence gets examined. Character gets tested. Then comes the verdict. Not about the money, about what this purchase says about who you're becoming. This courtroom isn't about restriction, it's about revelation. Every time you spend, you're not just exchanging money for goods, you're casting a vote for the person you're becoming. The wealthy learn this early. Spending is a mirror, not a transaction. Think about that last impulse purchase, the one that felt harmless. Did it strengthen discipline or feed weakness? Did it serve virtue or vanity? You never asked because you didn't know the courtroom was open. The prosecution would have presented evidence. This weakens resolve. This trades future freedom for present comfort. This chooses image over integrity. Defense would have countered, but everyone does it. You deserve this. You work hard. Without running the trial, defense wins by default, every time. That's why people who earn 6 figures still feel broke. They're letting defense attorneys run wild without prosecution ever presenting a case. Here's the law most people never learned. Before asking, "Can I afford this?" millionaires ask, "What does buying this make me?" That's the reverse question, and it changes everything. Normal question: is this in my budget? Reverse question: does this purchase reflect the discipline I'm building? Normal question: do I have enough for this? Reverse question: am I strong enough not to buy this? Normal question: will this make me happy? Reverse question: what am I avoiding by buying this? The reverse question flips the courtroom. Suddenly you're not judging the purchase is judging you. Can you walk past this without flinching? Can you delay gratification? Can you separate need from manufactured want? Every wealthy person I've studied runs this protocol unconsciously. They turned it into reflex. But here's what makes it powerful. The reverse question doesn't ban purchases. It demands honesty. Sometimes the answer is, buying this makes me someone who invests in quality that lasts decades. Purchase approved, character strengthened. Other times, buying this makes me someone who soothes anxiety with spending. Purchase denied, character protected. The courtroom cares about one thing. Are you becoming who you said you wanted to become? Connor, 33, worked as a project manager at a construction firm. Married 4 years to Bate, one son Lucas, age 2. Salary, $4,100 monthly. Living in a 3-bedroom rental, $1,650 per month. Every morning at 5:47 a.m., Connor checked his bank app before his alarm even went off. Chest tight, hands cold. Balance $284, $18 days until payday. Screen showed 12 active payment plans, largest $118. None over 6 months old, all started the same way, just this one won't hurt. Tuesday, November 14th, 4:19 p.m., driving home from a job site, past his favorite electronics store. New headphones in the window display, $340, he'd been eyeing them for 3 weeks. Pulled into the parking lot, sat in his truck. Phone showed he had a credit card with $800 available. His mind started running defense. You've worked 60-hour weeks this month. You deserve this. These'll last years. Everyone at the office has nice headphones. He opened the truck door. walked toward the entrance, then stopped 5 feet from the automatic doors. One thought wouldn't leave. If I buy these, what does that make me? Not can I afford it, not will I use them. What does buying this make me? He stood there 3 minutes, people walked past, he felt ridiculous, but the question demanded an answer. Finally, he knew, buying this makes me someone who medicates stress with stuff I don't need, while my son's college fund sits empty. That was prosecution's closing argument, and he couldn't ignore it. Connor walked back to his truck, didn't buy the headphones, sat there 20 minutes throat tight, feeling like he'd lost something. He created a rule that night. Every purchase over $100 faces a 30-day trial, no exceptions. He'd write down what he wanted, save the money separately, wait 30 days, then ask the reverse question. Day 1 wanted the headphones, transferred $115 to separate savings account, wrote down, does buying this make me disciplined or impulsive? Day 8 still wanted them. Prosecution presented new evidence. You've gone 8 days without them. They're clearly not essential. Day 17, coworker mentioned his own new headphones. Connor felt envy twist his gut. Defense argued, see, you're missing out. Everyone else gets to enjoy things. Day 30, opened savings account. $115 sat there. Re-asked the question, what does buying this make me? Answer came clear, someone who waits, someone who questions, someone who doesn't need permission from advertising to feel complete. He didn't buy them, transferred that $115 to Lucas's education fund. 3 months in, ran the 30-day trial on 14 different purchases, only bought 2, saved $1,820 from items that failed the reverse question test. Bate noticed in month 4, Saturday morning, kitchen table, Connor reviewing their budget. She said, you haven't bought yourself anything in months, that's new. Connor looked up, I've been running a courtroom. Every purchase gets a trial, most don't survive prosecution. She smiled, what changed? I realized spending was showing me who I was becoming. I didn't like the verdict. Month 10, opened Lucas's education fund, $2,940 saved from failed purchases. First real savings they'd ever built. Connor sat in his truck staring at that number, hands shaking, not from anxiety, from proof that discipline compounds. Coworker in month 11, hey, you never bought those headphones, still using your old ones. Connor, the old ones still work. Turns out I needed self-respect more than noise cancellation. Connor didn't become rich, became someone who runs a courtroom before every purchase. Someone whose spending passes judgment instead of just passing through an account. Here's how you install this courtroom. Step 1, name your prosecutor. This is the voice that presents evidence against purchases, not shame, not guilt, evidence. This trades future freedom for present comfort. This weakens discipline. Step 2, name your defense attorney. This voice argues for purchases. This serves a real need. This builds capability. This aligns with your values. Step 3, install the 30-day trial for any purchase over your monthly discretionary limit, whatever that limit is. For Connor, it was $100. For you, it might be $50 or $300. Pick a number that makes you pause. Step 4, ask the reverse question before the trial ends. What does buying this make me? Not should I buy this, not can I afford this. What does buying this make me? Step 5, trust the verdict. If the answer is someone who invests in what lasts, approve the purchase. If the answer is someone who soothes discomfort with spending, deny it. The courtroom doesn't ban spending, it reveals character. Some purchases will pass, quality tools that last 20 years, education that compounds, experiences that build relationships. Others will fail, status symbols that depreciate, comfort items that medicate instead of solve, impulses that weaken discipline. Ancient principle, what you spend money on reveals what you worship. The courtroom forces you to see your own altar. Modern application, run the trial, ask the reverse question, trust the verdict. Your bank account becomes a scorecard of your character, not your income. Right now, pull out your phone. Open your bank app. Look at your last 10 transactions. For each one, ask, what did buying this make me? Did it make you someone building discipline or someone feeding impulse? Did it make you someone who delays gratification or someone who can't tolerate discomfort? Did it make you someone investing in capability or someone projecting an image? Find the 3 purchases that failed the reverse question, the ones that weakened instead of strengthened, the ones that served vanity instead of virtue. Add them up. Multiply by 12. That number is the annual cost of an unexamined life, the price you're paying for not running the courtroom. Tomorrow morning, before you buy anything, install the trial. Name your prosecutor, name your defense, let them argue. Then ask, what does buying this make me? Trust the verdict, even when defense screams that you deserve it, even when prosecution feels harsh. The courtroom exists whether you acknowledge it or not. You're just finally learning to preside. Comment verdict trusted if you asked the reverse question today and made a different choice because of it. If you're the type who knows that spending reveals character faster than earning ever could, the video on screen shows you how to build a purchase protocol that compounds discipline for decades. Like this video, share it with someone who's earning well but still feeling broke. Subscribe because every week I reveal the timeless principles that modern prosperity requires but few people practice. Become a member for the Advanced Courtroom, protocols the most disciplined use to turn every financial decision into a character test. And drop in the comments what purchase recently passed your reverse question test, what failed. Let's run these trials together.